Dear friends, today we begin this journey of 33 days in preparation to the consecration to Saint Joseph. And this is the first day in which we are going to ask ourselves why. Why do I need another consecration? Am I already consecrated in baptism? Maybe sometimes already in my life I did another consecration. Why so do we need another consecration? Because Saint Joseph is the head, the protector, and the unifier of the Holy Family. So, because we want to consecrate ourselves together with the whole family, that's why we need and we begin this new consecration to Saint Joseph. And in a sense, it will be a completion of the other consecrations. We're going to put everything together, like Joseph embraces both Mary and Jesus. So this consecration is going to put all our previous consecrations together. It is important that consecration means to imitate, to become like another Saint Joseph. It is important that we understand this is not just another pious practice, but it is a commitment to become like Saint Joseph. And it is also so important to understand that Mary helped us to go to Jesus, and Saint Joseph is going to help us to go to Mary and Jesus. It is now the time of Saint Joseph. What does it mean? I think we are living in a world where we see many problems. That's why it's very interesting that the Pope has asked to dedicate the whole year, 2021, to Saint Joseph. Why? If we look around, the family is attacked in many different ways. Family is the object of many laws, even from the government, against the church. Abortion, contraception, gay marriage, the gender now problems, ideology. So the family is really under attack. And so Saint Joseph, as a head of the Holy Family, is the one that is going to protect us, defend us, and guide us. Is also the family of God. The church is also under attack. You know that the occasion for this year of Saint Joseph is because we celebrate 150 years after the declaration of Saint Joseph as patron of the Universal Church. And you know more than I do that we have a lot of problems in the church today. And so that's why I think it's so important for us to consecrate ourselves, to put ourselves under the mantle, under the cloak of Saint Joseph, and especially to imitate all his virtues. In particular, we want to imitate the virtue of chastity and purity. You know that he was the husband of Mary, but they have a total chastity, total purity in their relationship. And this is a virtue that needs to be revived, especially in our families and in our church. Thirdly, Saint Joseph is also the spiritual father. Why? Because he was the father of Jesus. And if we want to be like Jesus, then we have to have Joseph as a father. So we are going to ask Joseph to be our father, to guide us as our spiritual father. And so that we are going to try also to resemble, like any child wants to imitate and follow the father. So we too want to imitate and follow Saint Joseph. So it is important for us to really start with great enthusiasm and great, I would say, will for these 33 days in preparation to the consecration, which will take place on March the 19th, which is the feast of Saint Joseph. The second part of every program is going to be touching certain different points. Today we are going to remember Saint Frère André Besset. You know that he was a very young man in up north in Quebec, in Quebec, the region of Quebec. He was an orphan. At 12 years of age, he had already lost father and mother. He was sickly, he was poor, he was uneducated. And so, luckily, he was welcomed into the congregation, accepted into the congregation of the cross as a porter. And they put him there to open and close the door of the Collège of Notre Dame, which is in Queensway in Montreal City. And he was very simple, very humble, but great devotion to Saint Joseph. He asked his superiors to build a little chapel, and that's what he did. Just across the street from the college where he was the porter, he built a little chapel in wood. There is a hill there, and with a few friends, he was able to build that chapel. And miracles started happening. So many miracles that after in 1904, they thought that they could start building a bigger church. And what they did, they built the huge oratory of Saint Joseph, which is the biggest church in honor of Saint Joseph. He is the preeminent center of the devotion of Saint Joseph. Now, you know, there's this very humble brother André, was very, very simple. Actually, many of the so-called confrères, doctors and professors, they used to make fun of him because he was so simple. But he was getting so many miracles that people used to flock to him. And when he started talking about this great oratory of St. Joseph, many people were so generous that they contributed, and they built this huge, beautiful, I was there many times, and it is really something incredible. There is the chapel in the right side, there still exists that chapel in the wood that he built with a few friends. And then now there is a huge, big oratory that can contain up to 5,000 faithful for every celebration. So this very simple, humble Frère André is, I would say, the symbol. And let us imitate him. Let us follow him. Let us really try to be humble like him and humble like Saint Joseph. So now we are going to, I'm going to leave you, but I'm going to ask you, if you have the book, to do the prayers that are here in this first message, which is the Veni Sancte Spiritus, which come Holy Ghost, and then read the litanies of Saint Joseph. The prayer to the litany of Saint Joseph is found on page 240, and the Veni Come Holy Ghost is on page 233. Have a nice day.